Hello everyone, and welcome back. So,
Ooh.
where were we? Ah yes, I think I remember. Bees!
What is happening with Vondal, by the way? Why is he glowy?
Because
I did an aura and then tried to run towards the shatter to get things in the aura and
But he
failed. And
he
just
failed
ran
to
outside
check
the
and ran
bees.
out of the bees.
You ran out of the bees.
Not my
I
bloody
mean, I don't
mistake.
blame him. I would also run out of the bees. if
I would run out of the bees much faster than that, and I would still be running.
Right, so, top of the round, Arya. You're kind of
Right.
blinded by bees.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to run over here. We'll see how that goes.
Cool, yeah, again, I think I'm gonna just do the same thing for Vondal, where I'm just gonna generate 50-50 chance. Okay,
Do I make it?
you go. You
I'm way over here!
used 10 feet of your movement, and you emerge from the cloud, and then you are reorientated.
I really regret these bees.
Why the fuck you thought spotting a bunch of bees would help?
Because I didn't read whether it would affect you.
Helena!
Look, it's perfectly V, it's fine.
V had like just finished with this stuff, and she's like, man, I feel more powerful. I'm gonna use this power. Oh wait, this isn't a good idea.
Oh, it's a lot of bees!
With
It's more
great
bees than I
power.
thought there would be.
Someone should have told V that with great power comes great responsibility.
With great power
And-
comes great bees.
Great.
No, bees are never great.
Yeah, you have 20 feet of movement, are you?
I mean, can I run back in
Yes.
and try?
Now that you are reorientated, you can run back in again.
Okay.
But you might want to just take shots from outside because you can see them.
Can I see them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that.
Well,
Do I hit any bees, though?
you have disadvantage to hit them still.
She throws bees out of the air. God.
Actually, no. Sorry, your attack rolls are still the same. To like, it's still regular. It's not advantage nor disadvantage because
Right.
of.
I just
but
didn't know if I could see
if
them
they
with
were
the
trying to
bees.
hit you, they couldn't. Because you're
Right.
outside the circle.
I just didn't know because of the bees if I could see them, but okay. I can't see through all the bees.
You can you
Um,
can see them. Yes.
All right. I'll shoot this one then. Nice.
Nice. You hit him. Nice. As the Ankeg sort of like raises up and tries to like lunge at V, and you hit it in the exposed underbelly, and it keels over backwards and collapses.
Oh, nice.
V. The Ankeg in front of you dies.
Yay! Can I see the others?
You do not suffer any disadvantages from your.
Oh
your
yeah,
bees.
true. I'm one with the bees.
Don't be a bee.
It's that old I don't even remember the band's name song, but it's "I'm a Bee." You know that song?
No.
No.
It's
I'm
by
just
Will
gonna-
I Am.
Oh.
You
It's
need
the
to
it's
hear it.
it's the bee movie, but every time they say
Why
bee,
are my rolls so bad? I just rolled minimum damage.
Holy shit.
on the one was this one, the one that was directly in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It takes 6 force damage. Kelariis.
Holy fucking shit.
Okay.
There's a swarm of bees behind you.
I turn around, I can see into there, right?
Just about, yeah.
Okay. Like, could I run up to, like, here?
Yes.
Or would I have to? Okay.
Because,
So
like, running into it, like, as soon as you go into it, you're basically blinded by the insects. But you can just keep running in the same direction.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna just run here and
As long as you don't change direction. it's
take a
fine.
swing.
Cool.
Oh, I'm gonna transfer the hunter's mark as well, by the
Cool.
way. Sorry, I forgot to do that, but let's
Wait, so how
take
does
a
it work? So you
swing.
have disadvantage on hitting shit,
What?
but
But they have advantage against the hitting them, so it just
Oh, yeah,
negates.
You both simultaneously have disadvantage and advantage against them, and therefore it cancels
yeah,
out.
okay.
I want to do this first because I want to see if this one. Does that happen to kill it?
Yeah, it does. You
Okay, sweet.
you cleave like half of its legs off, and it sort of rides around uselessly.
Oh.
I want to get to this one, but the other one, but I don't think I can get there. Question mark?
Yes, you have enough.
Just
You have
keep
enough.
going
You
forward.
have enough movement. Yeah.
Okay,
You sort of
can I
like
just keep
clamber over its corpse and just keep going.
going? Okay, I'm just gonna go like there.
Yeah.
And take another swing.
Nice.
God.
Nice.
Imagine you're running
I
through
thought-
the
I
park,
thought
just
they all
holding-
had way
like,
more health than
slicing
they
it in
did.
twain, and then just continuing the next one.
No,
She just holds
that's
the sword in
really
front of her and
big.
it just splits in half in front of her.
Yup. And then continues on.
Yeah, you as it rears up to try and attack Grim again, you do a Sam Gamgee and just sort of like stick it into its mandibles and just like run it through into the throat, and it gurgles and sputters and dies.
Oh, what a waste of a third level spell slot.
I mean, same. I
And
rolled
yeah.
bullshit.
It's you're done.
Can I dispel bees, or is it here for the rest of the
Can I
duration?
dispel bees?
Is
I
it here
believe-
forever?
I believe you can dispel bees. Yes.
I hope so, because it doesn't say it does, but otherwise they're here for 10.
Oh yeah, we can have some victory music as well.
Oh my god.
So, what?
That's so loud as well.
Oh my
I
god.
know.
It just keeps going.
Yeah,
Um,
you get the picture. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
Why do
I
we have
felt-
victory music now?
Because it was meant to be for another thing that I did, and then it was meant to be for when you completed Season 2, but it didn't feel thematically appropriate at the time.
No, it didn't.
Wow, good point.
Just a little bit not.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys defeat it. You dismiss bees.
And spiritual guardians, I guess. What a waste.
I guess one of the first things I do is take a breath and use my second wind.
Cool. Yeah. You second wind away.
I think Vondal's just
Tough
gonna go, what on earth was that?
Being
Nobody
silent.
knows
Bees
except
are
for V.
I just look away.
I swear to God.
Fuck's sake.
Can I? I guess Arya wouldn't be suspect of V really, but
I'm gonna do some spell casting. I'd like because Grim, you're still a bit beaten up. So I'd like to cast.
I'm still at like
Sure.
29.
I mean, if you Arya, if you watch V do shifty eyes, you could roll me an
Yeah.
insight check.
Can
Okay.
I
Well,
do
meanwhile,
that?
I would like to cast Cure Wounds on Grim and on V.
Yeah, you
Fantastic
may make an insight check with your special advantages, Arya.
right.
There you go,
I'm-
guys.
I made an insight check.
Wait, how do we split it?
Grim, you get 11. V gets 9.
Yeah, I'll say V is sort of like whoops, and you catch the fact that she's like whoops.
Can I
I
just
catch the
like?
fact that I'm like
um,
looking at my
okay.
scarab thing, like.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Just like, did you do that? Where's my music? There we go. Yeah. Go back to music. Do you say anything?
I don't say anything. I'm just gonna kind of give V a look like, I can't believe you just fucking did that.
Do I catch this look? I assume I
Yes,
do.
you do. You understand
once I-
exactly what Arya was thinking.
Once I'm done healing, can I just go? No one knows what the hell that was.
Arya's not gonna say anything.
I'm not gonna say
Bees.
anything either.
Lots of bees.
That
Lots
was
of
a lot of
bees.
bees.
I'm just happy it didn't sting us.
Can I
to be
give
honest.
Arya the look that says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to."
Yeah.
In that case,
just
Vondal's
gonna
just gonna go.
roll my
Well,
eyes."
let's make that 2 things that should never happen again. Me climbing trees and bees.
Bees?
Yes, just
Uh,
like the cards gets humanity.
Arya and V,
Bees?
roll insight checks on yourselves.
What?
What?
What? Okay.
5.
We understand ourselves so good.
Like, the whole interaction you guys just had was weirdly... like, weirdly specific. You're not
That's
sure
true.
why, but it was just like that was like did we just have like a whole conversation without talking?
Yeah, Arya's gonna be like, that was very strange.
In fact, V, as you're sort of looking at Arya, there's something different about her.
What?
Yeah?
You can't put a finger on it, but there's something different about her.
Is my hair turning blonde?
No.
You have silver hair!
I know!
The hair's getting darker.
Oh.
Eventually it'll be black.
No. There is no physical difference, but something feels different about her. Almost as if you woke up on the other side of the bed this morning.
I mean, I slept in a tree.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
Second of all, doesn't Arya wake up on the wrong side of bed every day?
Wow,
No,
fucking
this
hell.
isn't wrong.
fire?
This is just different.
So she woke up on the right side of bed.
Look, I'm gonna shrug it off because weird.
Weird.
Suffice it to say, you two are having weird moments with one another.
What is this?
This campaign is turning so weird.
Only to some of you.
I mean, bees. I'd say that's pretty fucking weird.
So
Let's
yeah,
just carry on.
you're surrounded by dead unk eggs, and yeah.
Yeah, I
I
assume
like
their
to
remains are
imagine there's
useless.
still like a couple of bees just floating around.
Mm.
We're all like, what the
One just
fuck?
like sort of like lazily just like floats out of V's hair.
I don't have any flowers anymore.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They were
Right.
everywhere, even where there were no
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there wasn't like just a million flowers that attracted them to us.
It just settled on you because you're brightly coloured.
Oh.
Someone coughs up a bee.
Oh,
Oh god!
Please do not put that image in my head. I've had enough bee imagery for like a lifetime.
Nobody swallows any bees.
Ugh.
Though Kelariis, you still have a really unpleasant feeling under your skin. It's just like
Yeah.
ugh.
First weird
Shall
burrowing
we carry
insects.
on?
Yes.
No
Yes,
bees.
let's move on.
Cool. Yeah. You continue on for the rest of the day, and nothing much happens.
Good.
And you guys make camp.
Nice.
So, you may choose to do whatever you wish in camp.
I guess I'm gonna try and hunt again
Cool.
Yeah.
now that I'm not disadvantaged.
Can I like pull?
You're still
V to the
disadvantaged on
side?
skill checks, aren't you? Just not
Oh
in
yeah,
combat.
shit. Fuck, you're right.
Can I just
God
kind of?
dang.
Can I just kind of pull V to the side when we're like setting off to hunt?
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. You can. The two of you decide to go hunting together.
We're friends.
Well,
And
Arya,
be
you ensure that you're the only people who go hunting. Because you're sort of like, I'll go hunting. V, do you want to come with me? And V's like, yeah, sure. And Grim's like, I'll come along. And you just like give him a look that just says, stay here. And Grim's like, I'm gonna stay here.
Actually, I do want to go a little bit away from the camp, and I'm gonna attune to the thing again,
Sure.
Blonde
God
hair.
Comes
damn
back.
it.
to the horn.
Cool. Yeah,
Since-
you reattune to it. It takes you an hour, but you are attuned to it again.
and see what happens this time.
Alright, Arya, let's go.
Let's go.
You wander off into the forest.
When we're like a little bit away, can I just be like, so the bees, huh? So I didn't call her out in front of everyone else, but I definitely gonna call her out when we're alone.
I didn't think it would be that many bees.
How did you do that exactly?
It's the thing I got from the grove. It's this thing on my staff, look. It gives me some power over insects.
Well, that's very strange. But how about next time you use that not for the first time in the middle of battle, huh?
Okay. Actually, can I find any centipedes, spiders, wasp, or a scorpion?
Oh, fuck
Sure.
this.
Jesus.
What are those 5 options?
Centipedes,
Centipedes,
spiders,
spiders,
wasps, or scorpions.
Oh, okay. So I would roll 4, but there's only 3 potentials. So, sure. You find the first one, whatever the first one is.
Centipedes.
Centipede. Yeah. You find it. You find a
God.
centipede crawling across a log.
Can I try to make it big?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Basically, a giant centipede appears.
Arya is just gonna like jump and like draw her sword because she's like, "What the fuck?"
And well, it's
I don't have
friendly. It does whatever I want it to. I think.
It just sort of looks at you.
Right.
Come on, little buddy.
God.
Little is not a word I would use for that thing. But...
Giant centipedes are still only medium-sized. They're
What,
like
what do you want it to do?
I don't know. Arya said, "Don't do it for the first time in the middle of battle."
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you just said come on, and then I was like, what do you want it to come on and do?
Follow, I guess. We're looking
Yeah.
for animals to hunt.
Yeah, it just follows
God.
calmly along behind you.
Arya's just like, I don't know how to deal with this.
Giant centipedes are a ranger pet.
They are a ranger pet, but I have never encountered one of those things. God. Well, I guess I mean, there's not much I could do, so... Guess let's just go hunting.
Yeah. So the centipede only lasts for 10 minutes, but
Oh, okay.
What happens after the 10 minutes?
It becomes
turns
small.
small again.
Just a normal centipede again.
Oh, well, that's out of the way with.
It just sort of like wibbles along and follows you for like 10 minutes, and then it eventually just becomes small again. So how many charges is that you've expended?
I am on
5.
8 right now. I made a new what?
Oh. No, it's
10 charges.
giant insect consumes 4 charges.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Oops. Well, okay.
Rip.
That's okay, because the minimum you regain is 5 anyway, so...
Do
yeah,
you want us to
yeah. Make your nature checks, or survival checks rather.
Survival. Oh, God. Why am I so bad at hunting? I'm a ranger.
V. Cool.
Good.
Uh,
I'm 17.
yeah, the two of you managed to find basically between you enough food for 3 of you, so you can consume 3 less rations.
Ooh.
Who wants to not consume a ration? I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys found it. You can decide who gets it.
I mean, who has the least amount of rations?
Well, once again, you share it out in combination with your rations. It just means you use less rations.
Yeah,
Right,
but
I
still,
know.
someone needs to. Well, 2 people.
deduct rations.
Yeah.
3 people,
Well-
yeah, 2 people you need to deduct rations from.
Well, we end up distributing the rations every time anyway, so I'll deduct 1.
Yeah, another deduct one.
Done.
Okay.
So yeah, you feed yourselves. You settle down for the evening. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about, you guys go to sleep. I'm gonna need some wisdom saving throws from the people who are holding and nearby.
Right, hang on. Are we going to swap again? So that the same people aren't doing it every night?
Look.
We can do.
I don't mind holding it, or
I think it's.
'cause it's not fair that everyone else has to, and I don't.
So do you want to
But you
hold it then?
also have the innate magic that we kind of wanted to keep away from it.
I
That's the
know,
only
but it's
thing.
not fair that everyone else has to.
you can stay near it then instead. Like, and you don't hold it, but you're like nearby.
Hmm.
Because we always have like the one person holding and one person guard. Well, like staying nearby just in case.
Right, I'll hold it. V's just nearby.
Cool.
That works.
Saves, please.
Nice.
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 Boys.
Oh,
Nice.
Wait, do you have disadvantage still?
Nope. Not on
Nope.
saving throws.
Ah,
Not,
okay.
not on saving throws. She would have if she had 3.
If I still had 3 fatigue, but I have 2.
But you don't.
also she's not holding it. I had disadvantage, but I rolled really well.
No,
Yeah, but I
but V
still-
would have had
yeah.
disadvantage from fatigue. Right, okay. You all sleep, nothing happens. Regen your health, regen your spell slots, regen 1 fatigue. V is down to 1 fatigue.
Yay!
Hell yeah!
Still have disadvantage.
We're getting
Shut
there, V.
up!
Yeah, shush your face.
Look, we're getting there.
Only one more night.
The next day of travel.
Yes, the next day of travel. Yeah, V, you are no longer slowed down. It's basically taken you, like, a day and a half extra than what it would have taken you, so...
Do I still feel old?
That feeling sort of faded, but, like, you still feel the weight of everything that you've gone through, and it seems to weigh slightly heavier on you than it ever has. So... oops. Over the course of the next day, very little happens. You seem to travel for quite a long time during the day, under the cover of forest trees. But as you're traveling, you notice that the forest trees become thinner and thinner, until eventually you reach sort of like the trees become like spotty and sparse, and the forest ends out into what is basically a large open, honestly quite rolling plain. And in the far distance, you can actually see atop the crest of a hill is a town in the distance that I would like all of you to make, I guess, history checks on. Or make me a history or a survival check, I guess.
Oh, I'll take survival.
Yeah, survival.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
both
yeah.
the same.
Oh
Both
my
the same for
god.
me.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I know nothing.
You know nothing? Ah, yeah, Tallithsyr.
Arya,
No.
you don't really know what the town is on the distant horizon. You've never really been outside of the forest all that much. Grim, Vondal, Kelariis, V, you recognise from when you were talking previously, you reckon that this town you can see on the distance in the crest of the hill is the town of Rorke's Gate that you read about, or Kelariis read about in the book that you then looked up,
Oh shit.
where it was.
Oh.
It still seems to be quite a long way away, like it's literally just like a speck on the horizon. But you can see it like on the far side of this plain, and you presume in the dip of the horizon in the lee ahead of you is the town that you're headed to. But yes, you are now no longer sort of travelling along forest paths. You are now travelling out in the open. Which I don't really have a scene for, but I will just put you on the riverside map. But yes, basically for the next few days' travel, you guys are going to be basically heading along a flat plain for quite some time. Basically, as you look around and take in the surroundings, like you catch glimpses of sort of like there's off in the distance there's perhaps a road that seems to lead roughly in the same sort of direction that you're heading. If you were to continue on your current path, you'd head roughly parallel with it. But it would take you quite some time to walk over to the road. You could keep going in a straight line across these plains. And basically maybe like a day's travel in front of you is the beginning of what looks like loose farmland. So yeah, you can continue along the direct route you're heading, try to head for the road, or just sort of like deviate off through the farmland if you want.
What do we do, guys?
Wait, does the direct route go through farmland?
It'll cross over bits of it, yes.
Because my only slight concern is the potential for getting in trouble for trespassing or something like that.
Yeah. I'd say we head for the road.
And the road travels easier as well anyway.
And
Alright.
Cool. Yeah, you guys head for the road. Yeah, you make it to the road basically with very little interruption at all, until basically it gets towards the beginnings of evening, and there isn't really anywhere for you guys to stop within the next couple of miles. It's just sort of it's open road from here to wherever, so you'd have to just sort of set up a rudimentary camp on the roadside if you wanted to.
yeah, I guess we should do that.
Cool. Yeah, you do so.
Also, like, Rocksgate must be really close to where we're heading.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, like another 3 days or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
what you
handy.
found out.
It was like halfway.
Mhm.
I can tell you exactly in a second.
Hey, we made that like poor map.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was equal distance that you've currently travelled. Like by the time you get to Wrenshire, it would be another 4 or 5 days to Rocksgate. But it is most prominent because you can see it, because it is atop the crest of a hill. And there's not actually that many hills around. Yeah, so I need some more wisdom saving throws as you take a night's rest.
Who's gonna take it?
Dude,
Well, there's
I'll
this.
hold it this time.
I don't mind holding it,
Oh.
but
Nope.
the thing is
Nope.
can I convince Arya?
No,
Like,
No, you can't. That's the answer to that.
that's the answer to that question.
I will hold it. Whoever wants to be nearby can do that.
looks at
Grim
Arya.
can be nearby. He just can't hold
Wow.
it. Look, I would say I don't trust Grim as far as I can throw him, but I probably can throw him farther than I trust him, so.
Ooh. Shit.
Wow.
So just me, or do I sense a challenge? How far can you throw Grim?
Yes, splinter fracture.
Well, that's fine.
Shut up, DM.
Cool. Kelariis, you suffer no ill effects. Grim, your dreams are full of shifting shadows and
Bees.
not full of bees. No, your dreams are full of shifting shadows, and every now and again you catch glimpses of a flagpole carried by a skeletal figure, and upon the flagpole is a banner that brings back some bad memories for you. You remember the icon that is on the banner, and it troubles you.
Hmm.
Yeah, you wake up having not slept terribly well.
Okay.
Next day. Okay. Yeah, as you travel down the road, you notice actually that unlike some of the roads you travelled when you were in the on the way to the capital, These roads seem to be a lot more travelled by travellers and caravans, especially. And your motley group seems to attract attention from several caravans that pass by, and several groups of travellers, in fact. And one of these caravans that comes past you appears to be manned by 3 humans, one of whom, a female, approaches you. Who's at the head of your column? Presumably Arya.
Yeah, since I'm leading through the
Yeah.
woods.
Well, it's not really woods anymore.
Well, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like, we came out of the woods. Now we're here.
She approaches you at the head of the column and gives you a short but polite bow and says, "Excuse me, fellow travellers. You wouldn't happen to have any sort of supplies for bartering, would you?"
What kind of supplies are you looking for?
She indicates behind her to the wagon, and she says, "We were basically raided in the night by some figures. We're not sure who they were, but we from the cries that they made, we expect that they may have been goblins. They stole some things. Most of it was simple trinkets, things like mess kits, eating implements, some of our wooden craft items that we have for sale. But most importantly, they stole basically a sack full of food that was some of our travelling provisions. We're roughly about 10 days short of our current destination, but anything that you'd be willing to trade, we'd sort of be interested in trading. I can offer you a small amount of gold, some craft materials that we have. She basically sort of like produces a carved, what are they called? Is it a relief where it's like just sort of like a flat piece of wood with like art in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she produces like a relief, and it's sort of like it's quite pretty. It's quite well made, and she says we've got these sort of things for trade if that's of any interest to you.
Can I'm just gonna walk straight up to this lady and give her 10 days rations.
No, Vondal.
I'm doing it. He's walking straight up and just go here.
He's perfectly within his thing to do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up, pop them in her hand, and say 10 days.
Wait, you can't put 10 days worth of rations in her hand.
No. No, obviously, but I'm gonna
you
offer them 10
unsling
days
like
worth of
a
rations.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Give them like a bag.
She is astounded. And she's sort of like, thank you, and she sort of like gets like a coin purse out and starts like counting what coin she has.
That's not necessary.
I think V wanted the relief.
I want the briefing.
Yeah. In the 2 seconds I heard her start yelling. That's what I heard. So maybe
she says no. I must do. I can't just take that. I must give you something.
Can I like put my hand over the coin purse and be like, how about we exchange for that relief in your hand, and that will be good enough.
She looks at Vondal and says, "Is that really all right?"
Trust me, it's fine.
She hands the relief over to you, Arya, and yeah, she still seems like totally shocked. And the other 2 people that she's traveling with, another man and a rather elderly-looking gentleman, who seems to sort of like he's sort of driving the horses. The elderly man looks sort of like quizzically at what's going on, and the younger man sort of comes up and seems surprised that you're trading all of this sort of stuff. But she she bows and he bows, and the old man sort of like tips his hat to you.
Everyone bows.
I was gonna say you need it more than we do.
She says that that's incredibly generous, and thank you.
I'm gonna turn to V and give her the little thing.
Yes! He's incredibly excited. I like pretty things.
I know.
And it's made out of wood.
It is a carved wooden relief of basically 3 women with sort of like headscarves on, and they're wearing long what's the dress version of a dungarees called?
What?
Is it a pinafore?
I have never heard of a dress version of dungarees.
Like it's got like the strapped like
Yeah, it's like
top,
dungarees, but instead
but
of
it's
being
got-
trousers, it's a skirt.
yeah.
I think it's a pinafore.
I think it's a pinafore, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
beautiful.
Yeah, basically it's three women in headscarves and pinafores, and they are they're engaged in the process of like picking apples from trees. And basically underneath it is a poem about going out into the field and going out into the orchard and picking apples and singing a song whilst you do it.
Wow, this is like straight up V's alley.
Yeah,
I know!
Honestly, though.
it's some artsy nonsense, but you like it. It would look nice on your mantelpiece if you had a mantelpiece.
You can just hang it on your mom's tree when you get back.
Just hang it on your
smile,
mom.
seeing how happy V is.
I'll just be standing there, like holding like 2 fingers, like just above my nose, you know, like in the
Oh, yeah.
like it's like
pinching the bridge of your nose.
yeah, pinch it like what? It's like yeah, we definitely didn't need any of those supplies.
Yeah.
for sure.
I've literally just told you I can make
I pat
magic.
Grim on the shoulder.
Also, he's a dirty goody two shoes. He can do what he wants.
Yeah. So
I'm not
I'm
stopping
the
him.
moral compass of this party, and you will let me help the poor.
Look, there is a thing such as
Self-sacrifice for the less fortunate.
Yeah, it's
his
literally
mantra.
everything I have ever stood for in my entire life.
Look, he's not stopping
Fuck
you.
off.
Grim isn't stopping you. He's just
Grim is
He's just judging
exasperated.
you.
it's just like I knew this was happen. I just knew it.
You knew
I
that
kick
one
Grim
day. it
very
would happen.
lightly. Like, don't be a grump about this, Grim.
You just flick him on the shoulder.
For his senpai, you do hit him a lot.
Wow.
No!
We've
One
done
more
so
thing,
long
Grim.
without that being a thing.
It's always gonna be a thing, Grim, whether
I
you
mean,
admit it or not.
who knows?
Uh,
Maybe he's into that.
Jackie Chan.
Oh,
Ah!
Nope. All right, we're stopping that
Moving
line of
swiftly
conversation.
So yeah, after much thanking and loading this thing onto the back of the traveler's truck, traveler's caravan, you guys head off again.
I will bid them safe travels as we leave.
They again do a whole round of thanking you and
It never ends.
Can I, actually, as we're walking away, can I whisper a prayer to Torm to keep them safe?
cool. Yeah, you do that. Praying is a free
Praying is
action.
free action.
Yeah. The rest of your day, it doesn't go on quite so without incident as it has previously. Like you sort of, it's every now and again like you pass somebody else on the road and it's sort of like good day. Yeah, that happens sort of like continually as you go past. And for those of you that have never really interacted that much with humans before, these guys seem pretty nice for humans. Like you've always been told that sort of like humans sort of like tend to keep themselves to themselves and are just sort of like a little bit selfish. But these guys seem alright, to be honest.
That's nice.
Cool.
They're all cultists, aren't they?
I was thinking the
I mean-
same thing.
Oh,
Grim
they're running away.
Grim probably has some experience with humans from your parents.
Yep.
Kelariis, previously on your travels, you've met other humans. Although the humans, the closer you get to Dragonborn territory, the more sort of rough and military the humans become, because it is still like sort of like a military border between Dragonborn land and human land. Because I mean, literally, when you've got a military the size of the Dragonborn, it's kind of hard not to be a little bit intimidated and put your own military force on the border just in case.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, you've encountered humans before. These guys would these guys are sort of like pretty amicable for humans. Like you've met some asshole humans before.
Haven't we all?
These guys are all right. Like
I've probably
Arya
met
and V,
them
who
once.
have probably like have never interacted with humans before ever.
I've never
Um,
seen a human before.
Despite the fact that you. Oh wait, you're a half elf. Okay.
I'm pretty. Didn't we see like a human? No, we've seen humans.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Wasn't,
yeah,
like,
no,
one of the bounty hunters.
On the werewolf
no,
hunters.
the
Werewolf
werewolf hunters
fucking
were both
hunters.
elves.
Oh.
No, the I think you may have met like one or two humans at the party, but you never really spoke to them.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I've met a butt ton of them.
Yeah, you've met a lot of humans.
Too many.
So many.
But from your standards, like these were like these people are sort of like they're the regular like they're the substance of humanity. They're like the peasants. They're like the people who live their life day to day, offer their prayers to Paylor and to generally get on with their lives. So
Good people.
not necessarily good people, just
People.
people.
Ordinary folk.
Ordinary folk. The common man. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, you continue to pass by these people for the rest of the day until it gets to evening. At which point, basically, you're a short distance down the road from a farmhouse. So you can either sort of like you could either go and perhaps ask if you could sleep in their buildings, or you could tent up by the side of the road.
Now, usually I would be like, whatever, we'll sleep outside, it's fine. But goblins.
Yeah.
I'll just have to be extra alert, I guess.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, I never sleep, so.
Yeah, you're always semi-conscious, and you're fully conscious for the rest half of the time we're asleep.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm fine sleeping outside. Just, we've heard that there are goblins around, so.
Yeah, we just need to be extra alert.
Cool. So yeah, you guys set up camp. Give me perception checks as you set up camp.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Not bad.
It's literally just UV. I'm sorry.
No, it's also Grim.
Nope.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
okay, okay.
Just
I
kidding.
rarely see things.
Arya,
Especially soon.
Vondal, and Kelariis, as you're sort of setting up your campsite, you notice that basically, like a bunch of people that you assume are sort of like hired hands on the farm, sort of they leave like the big farmhouse building and go into a smaller building off in the distance. But one of them comes out basically carrying a short spear, and he seems to be wearing sort of like fairly crude leather armor, and he does like a couple of circuits around the farm, and like at one point he sort of like he looks up, sees you, sort of peers at you guys from a distance, like sees you looking back, sort of gives you like sort of a half nod, like not sort of like a
A bro nod?
communicative.
Bro nod.
Not even to that point. It's just sort of like I acknowledge your presence, but keep your distance, sort of. But he does a couple of laps of the farm before going into the same building that the rest of them did.
We still need to meet that quota.
I know. Not yet.
Look, we ended like last session with V giving a bro nod. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
That's amazing.
We did. We've got to keep up to that level of
Yeah.
quality.
So you guys set up camp. Are you going to try and hunt again, or because it
Yeah,
might be a
there's not
little
gonna
bit
be
more
much.
difficult?
It's not
Yeah,
going
it's
to be
like
much
we're
to
not
hunt
in
here.
the woods.
Yeah, plus we're near people's land. It might not be the best idea to hunt, just
Yeah.
in case.
This is not hunting territory.
This is raiding territory.
Fuck off, Grim.
Grim, I swear to
Grim, you're
God.
neutral good.
I know. I would never
Keyword-
do it as
keyword
Grim.
being good.
You can only raid them if they're bad people.
Yeah.
Even then, it's questionable.
So you guys eat your provisions.
Yup.
You go to sleep. You know I'm gonna ask.
Who's making the saves?
I guess it's my turn again.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
else is with me?
since I kind of want to make amends with Arya, I'm gonna insist I join.
Joy.
Okay. It's Grim as well. Arya and Grim, go.
Cool. Who's holding?
I'll hold. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me, Ferrous?
I already expected. That's why.
I was gonna say, did you
Okay.
really need to ask that question?
It-
Yeah. Again, you have an evening where you are not plagued by strange dreams.
It's going well, guys.
We're rolling well on these.
You've jinxed it.
Arya, roll me another perception check whilst you sleep.
Nice.
Okay. You hear, like, as you're sort of as you're resting, you do hear the sounds of what could possibly be goblins, like a long way off in the distance, because obviously being out on the plain sort of like sound sort of carries a long way. Somewhere off in the distance, you think you hear what could be the sounds of goblins. So it is entirely possible that there are goblins in the territory.
Do they sound like they're close enough to us to be?
No. Maybe half a day's walk away.
Okay, so they're not close enough for me to be worried.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm just content to let everyone sleep then.
The evening passes. You wake up the next day. You may all lose 1 fatigue.
Oh,
No one has fatigue. Yay!
yeah.
And a Russian, I assume.
Oh yeah, you should have done that one before. But
Well, I already did, but just for confirmation. I'm not tired.
yes. Cool. You set off for another day. Cool. Again, you pass like a number of people on the road. This time, though, actually, as you are passing, roll me perception checks. Okay.
19.
Poor Grim.
V and Vondal, you at one point are off to one side of your column having a conversation. And basically, you see a bunch of people walk past you with basically like a small hand cart. And as you look out of the corner of your eye, the people sort of like seem to sort of shy away from you as they pass. And one of the men there's one man pulling a hand cart and two men who are sort of at the front. One of the men who is at the front, you notice, has a massive purple bruise on one of his eyes, and the other one seems to be sort of nursing some sort of like shoulder injury. And they give you very sort of very wary looks as you pass, and seem to almost sort of like avoid contact with you.
That doesn't seem good.
Do we just let them pass?
I mean, it's entirely up to you if you say anything, because if you say nothing, they just pass you by.
Yeah, I don't say anything.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, you pass by. As you continue onwards, actually, you occasionally now and again spot somebody who is sort of like somebody who does sort of give you guys a wide berth, or does seem to sort of maybe clutch belongings slightly closer to themselves than you might expect, and like occasionally there's just somebody who seems to sort of like be nursing sort of like a fresh injury or something.
What is going on?
Evidently, we're getting close to where people get kidnapped.
Maybe we should ask one of these people what. Because I would rather walk into the situation knowing what's going on than just going in blind.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
See, I'm not sure, because if they're doing their best to make sure we don't talk to them, they're not gonna want to talk to us.
I mean,
We
it's
can
possible
convince them.
they think we're hostile. I mean, if they look that beat up, I'm sure they're not exactly the most friendly of people.
I mean, if only you had a really unintimidating person who was really good at talking to people.
You know, if only we had one of those.
Yeah, wow, if only.
If you weren't just a bunch of complete emos.
Look, Rob.
I'm sorry, we have one of those. They're called the Plant Child.
Well, I guess I'm gonna stop someone and be like, is everything okay?
Cool. You stop
Like, especially if someone's
a
hurt, you
woman.
know?
You stop a woman who seems to sort of like be. She's got like a satchel, and she sort of like as you approach, she sort of like seems to like pull the satchel like slightly close, and she doesn't seem to be sort of like nursing any sort of injury, but she like basically as you say something, she immediately just sort of like freezes up and seems to be like really scared, and then she sort of like realizes that it's you talking to her, and it's sort of like hello, how can I help you?
Hi, it's we've been getting a few strange looks, and it seems that a lot of people are hurt around here. Is anything happening?
She looks at you sort of warily and says, "You aren't from around here, then?"
No, we are travelers.
She looks at you sort of like she seems to loosen up a little bit, and she says, "Well, if you want my advice, you'll be careful on the road, particularly around here. This is 5 Talon territory."
What does that mean?
She sort of looks around to sort of like make sure that she isn't being observed, and she sort of said, "The 5 Talon gang, they basically run this neck of the woods."
Can I just sort of give a look like, I don't know what that means? How do you run woods?
She takes in your confusion and sort of says, they're bandits, basically, but nobody around here does anything to stop them. So they
Why not?
basically just... I don't know, I don't really pry into that sort of thing. I'd rather just give them a wide berth. But yeah, a word to the wise: if you see anyone with the mark of basically a white clawed hand on a black background, just stay away from them. They're bad news.
Okay.
Are the rest of us close enough that we hear and could be part of this conversation?
Roll me a
if-
perception check.
Yeah, let's see.
Sure. Yeah, you overhear most of the conversation.
Okay. Oh god, I don't want to scare this poor woman though.
Go, Kelariis, you can do it.
Be very careful with your wording.
No, well, I mean, I'll probably walk a little bit closer so I'm not yelling this to be part of the conversation, but just kind of, are they the ones that have been hurting the people that we've seen?
Give me a persuade check as you approach.
A
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You're not too intimidating as you approach.
Sweet.
Yeah. She sort of like she takes you in and she gives you a look that you've become accustomed to, which is the "I've never seen a dragonborn before" look.
I mean, fair.
I mean, as all basically 6 foot of you approaches, it's kind of like, oh, okay, who are you? Are you gonna kill me?
Oh god.
But she like, by the way that V doesn't seem to react to it, she seems like quite reassured, and she says, I assume so. If they've been picked out to sort of be, well, a victim, I guess, of their taxes and hold-ups, I guess there's a chance that it might turn violent.
Well, we've also heard that people have gone missing around here, around Wrenshire. Would that have anything to do with it?
She again sort of like looks around and says that honestly that wouldn't surprise me. I've not heard anything about it myself, but the Five Talon, they're really not a nice lot. Like, I've heard stories about what they do to people who sort of don't give them what they want, and it's not pleasant. To hear them being involved in kidnapping, it would not be surprising.
Do you happen to know where they make their base, their home?
She shrugs and says, I'm sorry, I don't. I try to have as little to do with them as possible. I guess it must be somewhere around here. They operate basically within, I don't know what, maybe 50 miles of the nearest town, perhaps even more.
Okay.
Sounds like something to investigate.
I would just like to point out that, trying to think how to word this, Kelariis is... This reminds her very much of something else that she's encountered before, and she's not happy about this, but she's trying to not make that obvious because she doesn't want to scare the woman we're speaking to. Okay.
Yeah, there's sort of like there's your temper flares, but you are pretty good at sort of like concealing your temper. So unless one of your party members notices it, nobody notices.
All right. Well, thank you, ma'am. Safe travels.
She says, "You too. I think you might need it."
Have you seen this dragonborn? We don't need
Yeah,
it.
it's like, have you seen these dragonborn's arms right here?
You've seen those guns?
I just walks up and just like, have you seen these guns? Like, puts both hands around it and it doesn't quite cover.
We got all the
So
firepower
out
we
of
need.
character.
If only.
We need Grim for that, but he probably has pretty small hands.
Yeah.
V starts like
I mean,
as Kelariis flexes, V just hangs from one of her arms.
Oh my God.
Grim can't put both his hands around V's biceps. Actually, no, he
Wow.
probably can.
Yeah, he probably
Yeah,
can.
V's probably pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Or slim.
She's tiny.
Arya's possibly not.
I will.
Arya's got some buff arms. I mean, have you seen her ass?
I mean,
God
yeah,
damn it.
That
Arya's
is,
pretty
that
buff.
is a tone
Arya,
there.
I think Arya has
Absolutely.
more muscles in her legs than in her arms.
Well, I mean, she can draw a
Also-
longbow.
Yeah,
true.
you've
Yeah.
got to be
I mean,
strong
that's
to
pretty-
draw
Which,
a longbow.
you know.
Also, to answer your question, Grim has seen your ass.
She's in fact the only one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like when you've just seen Arya in a nightshirt, she has she has more of a six pack than Vondal does.
Shit.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm ripped,
I guess
yo.
I guess that's not that hard.
I mean, you've got kind of a beer belly from all of those nights of paperwork and alcohol.
Yeah. It's all covered up by my natural dwarf stockiness.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's in there somewhere. If I lost weight, it'd be there.
They're just hiding.
I mean, like if you've seen Kelariis' six pack, but it's kind of cheating because her six pack is defined by layers of scales anyway.
Yeah. She'd have a six pack
Excuse
even if
you.
she was like.
Kelariis worked hard for that.
Don't insult Kelariis'
Yeah.
six-pack.
Wow. This is great.
Meanwhile, V's like, I'm flexing! Nothing happens.
It's like,
like
yeah,
the-
sweet.
It's like the smallest lump of muscle.
We've got a full party of people trying to like flex, and then V tries it, and it's like, E.
Uh,
I feel like Grim would be rather muscular since he weighs almost nothing. There's no room for fat.
Yeah.
he's
Damn.
either really muscular or really skinny.
Well, he's not
Well,
quite
he's
strong.
well, yeah, he's probably stronger than Vondal, so.
It's true.
Anywho,
Yeah.
regardless of
Moving
the
on.
muscles.
As
Moving
the-
away from our killer biceps.
God damn it! As the woman walks away, I'm gonna just quiet prayer to Tritherin for everybody that we've seen so far. And also the woman to just kind of be like, safe, protect them, please.
Praying
But-
reaction.
Praying is a reaction. But when I assume that V and I were a little bit away from everybody else when we were
Yeah.
talking to the woman. When we walk back, I'm just gonna be like, we need to go and find this group. And
I agree.
we need to put an end to what they're doing.
This is a conversation between V and Kelariis.
Oh, right. Sorry. I don't agree. I don't even know what's going on.
Arya,
'cause you
Arya
also
doesn't-
couldn't overhear
I
that
agree.
I
Do
agree!
Do I, like, sense the fact that, that Kelariis is a little bit, I don't know, fiery
mean,
about this?
She's not really hiding it anymore.
Yeah,
because
give
she's
me an
not
insight.
trying to-
Alright. Nope.
Like she's slightly standoffish about it, but
I'm just like, well, yeah, we should, because, you know, people are going missing. We should investigate.
Thanks, V.
you don't pick up on the hidden meaning.
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, you arrive back and presumably relay the information that you've been told to your companions.
Yep. Bad people are out there.
Bad shit. Now I agree with Clark.
Okay.
Vondal's just gonna go. This is starting to sound strangely similar to something I've been through before. This definitely needs to be. The problem is how to deal with it. It can be very tricky when such an organization is able to operate so openly.
We should talk to their leader. No, I don't know.
That's a bad
No.
idea.
They're not going to want to listen. Not with a
We
group
need
like
to keep
this.
we need to keep our actions against them on the down low initially.
I think we just need to go and deal with this problem at its source.
Agreed, but we need to prepare for that an eventuality. It's best not to go into these situations blind.
So you're suggesting that we wait?
I'm suggesting we learn as much as we can and prepare for a bit more than just a simple run in, kill the leader, get out. Obviously, I've never dealt with such a
organization
I've
is
never
big
dealt with
enough
such a thing like
Then the Or they might have like people that will just take his place if you
Yeah.
only take down the leader.
The longer we wait, the more that they have the chance to do what they've done to these people that we've seen.
But if we strike and fail, they could lash out at the people. The injuries could be worse.
Then we won't fail. We'll take care of them.
Well, first we need to find where they are,
Exactly.
at the very least.
Look, I've been to a place where an organization like this has operated freely throughout a town, and no one's been able to do anything. Admittedly, not with people as capable as you guys, but we can't just brute force this problem. We need to play our cards right.
Yeah. You went at it with a company of soldiers and
Lots of secret training.
Hmm.
cool. So, with that, you decide to head onwards. You reckon that you're still like a day and a half away when you eventually decide to settle down for the night. So I need another round of checks or saves.
Who's sleeping with it this time?
It's Kelariis.
I don't mind again, but I don't know how many times that we.
I forget who's the next rotation, because
Yeah, I
Well-
don't know. I'll hold it again. It's whatever. I'll hold it this time. And
Well, then we can't do a perfect rotation because there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
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 And I'll sleep nearby.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Woo!
Once again, you guys have an uninterrupted evening.
God, we're doing good.
Nice.
Arya, give me perception checks as you keep watch.
Well,
Shit.
we're gonna get attacked.
Oh.
You meditate to yourself for a while, and as you're meditating, you hear a sound off in the not too far distance that you think at first sounds like a shout, but then when it's faded away, from the echo, you're not sure whether it was like the yelp of some animal or a shout or a. You don't really know what it was, and it puts you on edge.
Well, since I don't really know what it was. Probably just wait to see if anything else happens.
Cool. Roll me another perception check. Cool.
Yay.
You wait for a few moments and almost spring to your feet and draw your sword as basically two somethings burst out of a bush. As you're about to draw your sword, however, your dark vision kicks in and you see 2 badgers having a fight.
Well then.
Fucking badgers.
God damn
Punch them.
Can I just wave the flat of my sword at them to get them to run away? Just scare them off.
They sort of see you and then they sort of half snarl and brawl for half a second and then sort of run away from you.
Okay. Fucking badgers, man.
Yeah, cool. The rest of the night passes without incident. One more day of travel.
Let's do it.
it. Kelariis is still pretty on edge, by the way.
Yeah, I imagine
About the
so.
whole situation. Yeah.
Cool.
And Vondal is deeply pondering to himself.
You pass a lot less people today.
Uh oh.
That's not good.
The only thing of interest that happens is you notice that that traveling along is an older-looking man with a long white beard and basically like a tonsure.
No.
It's basically where like what monks have, where like the middle of their head is bald.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, an old man with a tonsure and a long white beard and a stick walks up the road, seemingly by himself. And he seems to... In fact, roll me religion checks, all of you.
Oh, I'm bad. Are you sure I don't have advantage?
No, you do not have
Rip.
advantage.
I got you covered.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grim.
Cool. So, Grim, Vondal, and Arya, you recognize the thing he's carrying is a reliquary. It's like a very ornate. It looks almost like a bird cage, except it's got wooden paneling where there would be bars. And he's sort of carrying this very, very carefully with him. And basically, as he sees you approach, he raises his hand and waves. And Arya, you notice that on the front of the reliquary is the image of a coin.
Okay.
And Grim, you also notice this image of the coin, and you notice that as you look at it, the coin almost seems to shift between heads and tails as you look at it. And you have a moment of revelation where you realize that this man is quite possibly a cleric of Aryvandaar.
Yes! Do it.
He gives you a jovial wave as he passes.
Nice. I'll wave back.
As he sees you wave back, he says, "Good fortune upon you, my friends."
Give him a nod. Good fortune to you too.
Cool. Cool. He passes on. Grim, you feel lucky.
Aw.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks, Evandra.
You the best.
Yeah, that is basically the only interesting thing that happens to you today.
Hooray.
I get
As
blessed.
you are walking onwards, you begin to enter the dip, or like the lee in the land, and you begin to head down to what looks like a small stream that is carving its way in through a forest. Well, it's not as so much as a forest as you guys are used to. It's several large trees, sort of like sparsely distributed, but it's enough to provide like a decent level of tree cover in this sort of like low ditch that exists in the landscape. And basically on one side of this dip, you can see that there's like it's very rough, and it seems to be it slowly begins to form like sort of a loose rock wall on one side. And off slightly further in the distance, just before the tree line of the forest, you see the signs of a town in the distance, which you assume to be Wrenshire. And as night begins to fall, you are roughly half a day's travel away from it.
Cool.
So, presumably you guys eat provisions, rest.
Yep.
So I need one last round of wisdom saves.
It's gonna be me and Arya or me.
I'll take it. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't mind taking it. It's more.
Nope.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll for it.
I feel like I need to discuss it first.
I
I
don't
feel
think he's
like
ever gonna let you.
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I'll make her. Let me. At one point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
we,
no, you
we
won't.
won't fight it out when it's necessary.
Fight it out. That would be an interesting fight.
But you wouldn't fight it out because
Look,
Vondal would get in the
verbal fight.
way.
Grim, save please.
Oh, yep. Wait.
Clark should
oh,
just walk over and pick up Grim. No fighting.
No.
Okay.
Shakira, Shakira.
What?
What?
The fuck?
No
Not
fighting!
expecting that.
Look! When you say no fighting, I think of Shakira. Anyway,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Unexpected.
I don't know what
cheer.
that is, but okay.
It's
I'll send you the
start
song
of
later.
Hips Don't Lie.
yeah.
Okay. Grim and Arya, will you follow me to a private room?
There you go. Bye.
Oh dear.
Bye. Hello.
Hello.
No.
So, I am about to explain to you what you see in your dreams. However, this occurs slightly differently for Grim than it does for Arya.
Okay.
Grim, you have basically have a nightmare in which you are surrounded basically by skeletons, and you basically you have your trusty morning star, and as you sort of strike out these skeletons, you destroy these skeletons. But the moment you strike and destroy one, another one appears behind you, and you continue to strike at these until you just begin to become exhausted, and doing it almost becomes a chore, and you feel yourself tiring, and eventually you just you're kneeling in the dust, and you're ready to give in. At which point you feel basically like a blow to your back, and you wake up with a gasp. Arya, you see this vision as if you were an outside observer. And once again, you can feel the presence that exists sort of just behind your right ear, and in your mind again you hear San's voice. And San says, "Here we are again."
So it would seem.
But this time, we're not alone.
It seems this Wraith Shard is a bit different to the other one. Whatever it's doing, it seems it's not like we're reliving our worst fears anymore. These are just, I don't know if they're visions or scenarios.
I think you may be right. Much like the previous Wraith Shard was just a crystal, this seems... these visions seem more refined, almost to have a malicious intent.
Hmm.
I wonder why it does not affect us in the same way.
Perhaps because you're here? It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, it's weird that we can talk to each other in this. Never been able
No,
to talk to each other.
My power has nothing to do with this. This is some outside influence.
Strange.
It
Could it be
feels.
Melora?
My mother, I don't think so. It is unlikely she would interfere in such a direct manner as this. Perhaps it has something to do with what you experienced in that cave.
With V?
Potentially.
Still not entirely sure what happened there. But it
Neither
feels
am I.
different now. I feel different around her. Odd. It's possible that whatever happened there could be shielding us, but I'm not sure why or what it is. It's also interesting that I can see Grim's vision. I wonder if it's.
Do I even notice Arya, or
No.
do I have no idea?
You have no idea that this conversation is going on.
Okay.
It's almost like it's linking us together. I wonder if I would even like. I feel like we might even experience like the same vision together, if not for whatever is happening with us. It's very strange, all of it.
As you say, it's very strange. San sort of seems to make a noise of like sort of agreement and understanding, just sort of like a at which point you basically watch Grim sort of like go down with this blow, and then like you both sort of are jolted out of this vision. Arya, you awaken. Grim, you do not. Like Arya, you look across to where Grim is sleeping, and Grim is sort of like twitching in his sleep. But you've woken up before him, at which point we'll go back to the other room.
Okay.
Okay.
The stopping thing or the people? Oh.
Hello.
Secret.
Come back.
Cool. So,
Secrets! You better tell me all of this later. Luka.
I'll tell you all of it later.
so Arya, unless you
can just
do
watch it back
something
later.
about what has happened, you'll just wake up as normal.
Say what now?
Unless you do something about like because
Oh,
you woke up slightly
um,
before Grim did.
He's awake though. Now.
Not just yet. He will be if you just leave it for like an hour or so.
I'll just leave it.
Cool.
Get some rest.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
Grim, you wake
What?
up after having your
The
strange
bad
dream and you
part is
feel
already
unrested.
Gone. Bad part's already done by the time you came in here, so.
Wait, what's... assume it's the middle of the night?
No,
No, it's morning.
No, it's the morning.
Oh, it's morning. Okay, it is morning.
Morning
Is the
has
rest awake?
dawned.
Or am
Who's awake?
I the first one to be awake?
No, I'm awake.
Well,
Uh,
Arya is
yeah.
always awake
Yeah.
when you guys
Always
wake
awake.
up. But...
Yeah, but like the awake or trance awake, that's a different.
Not
Like,
really.
she's always awake because she trances for
You-
4 hours, whereas we sleep for 8.
You sort of you jolt awake Grim as the others are sort of like stirring.
Okay.
Like if she goes to bed 3 hours later than us, she still wakes up an hour before us.
Yeah, that
that's
was.
true.
I'm not gonna do anything yet. Nothing specific, at least.
Okay.
Maybe a bit shook up or something, but that's.
Yeah.
That's
This has almost become a routine of sleeping near the Wraith Glass.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you guys are all awake. It is morning.
Cool.
Do you continue on your travels?
Presumably.
If nobody does anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, just a small thing. I decide to pull out the piece of banner that I have in my bag, and I tie it around my hand, like you know how you, like almost how you would with a like to bandage something, but just as a way to hold it there.
Okay.
Also, that's the thing actually. Does Kelariis still look on edge?
I mean,
Kelariis doesn't
Probably.
really look on edge.
Yeah.
just is.
There you go.
Yeah, it's Kelariis's anguish is not visibly indicated. But the rest, if anybody sort of like is looking around as you're doing this, you notice that Grim takes something out of his backpack and ties it to his hand. Responds to it.
Did I see that banner in the dream?
No.
No, don't respond to it.
I mean, I'm not gonna question Grim's fashion choices.
I probably.
What?
Do I recognize it as a banner, or does it just look like a piece of?
It
It's
looks like a
fabric is
tattered
torn.
piece of fabric that has been torn
Okay.
from something, but it has an insignia on it.
Probably would give like a questioning look, but I wouldn't press and like ask about it.
You receive a questioning look.
I just ignore it.
Cool. You move on. As you begin to approach the outskirts of Wrenshire, which I will take you to,
That doesn't look evil at all.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't.
No, totally normal.
looks like a regular old
Lovely.
town.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like ominous birds in the distance.
No, that's just birds for scale, Luka.
And it's not like there's, you know, a guy with a sword clutching it, being
Hold on,
like,
hold on.
"Oh, evil
I've
town."
I've got a plan.
What's your
Wow.
plan?
There's
I'm
nothing.
replacing one of the birds with a banana. For scale! For scale!
It's a banana.
Giant
for scale.
banana.
That banana is really bent in like
Yeah.
an awkward
Hang
way.
on.
Also,
What the
that's a
hell?
really big
That is
banana.
a really bent banana.
It's a really big bent banana.
There we go.
Anyway,
Now that that joke's done,
Why would you? Fuck you.
Flying bananas in the sky.
oh my god,
Oh,
why does this
hello.
place just
You
look
guys.
and
Totally
sound
not
evil?
evil. Totally not evil.
Totally
Nope.
normal town.
There's sheep in the fields. It's fine, guys.
there's
Stop.
definitely not bad shit TM gonna happen.
No.
Of course not.
Yeah, you basically approach this town. No sooner are you maybe like half an hour's walk away from the town. But I would like all of you to make me perception checks.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Rip.
Ah,
Great.
Oh my lord!
two natural
Amazing.
ones.
Zero.
One set of perception checks.
Not perceptive. TM.
Grim is distracted by a number of birds that fly past in the distance.
He swears
One of whom
looks
seems to
like
be carrying a banana.
I thought,
God damn it.
but the most important question is there a swallow carrying a coconut?
Dang.
Oh.
There's a swarm of birds flies past, one of which potentially could be carrying a banana. Grim shrugs and says, "It must be for scale," and continues onwards.
Jesus.
God
Fuck's sake.
fucking damn it.
Arya, you like as you begin this descent down the trail towards the town, you notice that about halfway down the trail, you pick up two sort of like followers. One of them is a woman who's basically got like her hair tied back in a ponytail and seems to be sort of carrying a short bow, and she seems to sort of like be watching you and sort of keeping a couple of steps behind your party. And as you sort of like she glances off to one side very briefly, and you follow where you think her glance is going, and you see there's a man on the other side also brandishing a short bow. And they both seem to like follow you as you continue down the trail. And Kelariis, as you're sort of walking along, you notice that just a short ways down the trail, I think 3 other figures approach. Let me just check. I think it's 3. Or I would if my app would let me. Let's refresh that page. Yeah, we'll say for now it is 3 figures walking up the path towards you.
Hmm.
Arya, you're aware of these as well.
Do the 3 in front have weapons, or are the 3 walking towards us?
Yes, they do appear to be carrying weapons. Thank you, Google Chrome. I'm aware the page is unresponsive.
Sassy.
This is going fantastically well. You know what? It's been an hour and a half. We're going to take a brief break while I sort this problem out, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.